2024 has been packed with new horror movie releases. There has literally been something for everyone from slashers to paranormal, even a few horror comedies. With still a whole host of movies on the way, we decided to take this opportunity to share our top 10 horror movies of the year so far. So sit back, relax, and get ready for the countdown. 10. The Crow will undoubtedly be the most controversial movie to appear on this list. Critically trashed and a huge box office flop, this movie I'm sure will not appear anywhere else. Despite the hate this movie received, I thoroughly enjoyed this modern adaptation of James O'Barr's graphic novel. With Bill Skarsgård taking up the mantle of Eric Draven, this new adaptation gave us a deep back plot, stunning visuals, and some of the best action sequences of the year regardless of genre. I am confident that over time this movie will get the appreciation it deserves and holds potential to become a cult classic. 9. Keeping the shocks coming, no one expected Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 to appear on this list. Least of all me. However, this movie delivered some fabulous practical effects, a serviceable storyline, and the most inventive kills of the year. They also managed to completely retcon the original movie in a beautiful way. Somehow both movies can exist in the same universe, despite the huge differences in quality and aesthetic. As surprised as I am to say it, this is a must for all slasher fans. 8. Lisa Frankenstein was one of the earliest releases this year and held the honor of being my first cinema trip of 2024. A twisted undead love story set in a neon-drenched world. Lisa Frankenstein both delivered on visuals and hit nostalgic notes. This horror comedy is not perfect, but is definitely the best in show this year. If you liked warm bodies, this is definitely one to add to your watch list. 7. The conclusion to Ty West's X trilogy Maxine follows the story of Maxine, played by Mia Goth, as she navigates 80s Hollywood while avoiding the private detective who is hunting her down. This movie boasts an incredible soundtrack and standout performance by Kevin Bacon, to name a few highlights. This is the weakest in the franchise so far, but still maintains the gore and charm of the previous installments. If you like what you have seen in X and Pearl, it's safe to say you will enjoy this too. 6. Long Legs was hailed by many as the scariest horror movie of the decade. Not something that I necessarily agree with, but it is a superb movie. Following a rookie FBI agent as she unravels the mystery of the serial killer Long Legs. This movie is arguably the best shot movie of the year. Dark and confusing and very weird, with some twists and turns along the way. If detective shows are your thing and you enjoyed movies like Seven and Silence of the Lambs, this may be the movie for you. 5. As someone who loves vampire stories, Abigail was sheer delight for me. The story follows a team of criminals as they kidnap and ransom a small girl. Things, however, take a dark turn as the girl is in fact a bloodthirsty vampire. A super fun watch combining gore, action, and comedy. Abigail delivered a fun-packed movie, easily enjoyed by most audiences. Think Megan meets the Lost Boys, and you are pretty close to what this movie brings to the table. 4. Anyone who has followed for a while will know that if you inject religion into a horror setting, I am fully on board. One of the best examples of this is Immaculate. When a nun joins a remote convent in the Italian countryside, all seems normal. That is until the nun discovers the dark and unsettling secrets that her new home harbors. This movie is also one of the scariest movies of the year, almost guaranteed to make you sleep with the lights on. 3. The most recent release on the list is Damien Leone's Terrifier 3. When trailers dropped earlier this year for the Christmas setting trilogy installment, I was completely disinterested. That being said, Damien delivered on everything he promised. This movie is eye-wateringly gross, at times hard to watch. The lore of Art the Clown is expanded, and for a movie with such a long runtime, I never found that it dragged. Terrifier movies are not for everyone, but for me, this was almost perfect. 2. For a movie I initially thought was an average installment in the Alien franchise, I'm actually pleased I watched Romulus again. Alien Romulus is nothing more than a perfect love letter from the director to the fans. It encapsulates something from every movie that has come before and embraced its practical effects roots. It also introduces new characters and a unique story that set it apart from the rest of the franchise. Romulus rocks, and if like me, you had only watched this once, I recommend a revisit soon. And our #1 horror movie of the year so far. Now we have already established my love for religious horror movies, so it should not be a surprise to find The First Omen at the top of my list. This movie is a prequel to The Omen, bringing us a deep lore and story that leads literally into the opening scene of the original movie. Well-developed characters with a slow burn aesthetic make this an incredibly tense watch. This also has the coolest kill of the year, which was something I didn't expect in this type of movie. If you haven't seen The First Omen, this is my highest recommendation of the year, so please go check it out. So that concludes my top 10 horror movies of the year so far. Please don't forget to let me know in the comments what your favorite was and if I missed it from the list. Also, please like and subscribe, tapping the notification bell so you know when we release a new video. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you soon for another top 10 countdown.
From the shadows to the light, we'll judge every fearsome sight. Gore and chills all in one night. Tune in now, it's pure delight. Wrap